Hey everybody, it's Dylan from Magic Machine. Today we have Luke from Arrowhead Rifles, and he's going to tell us about what we did this morning.
Yeah, so we got out and ranked some steel out to 500 yards. I think we got some pretty sweet video showing the impacts. We got to try out the new Arrowhead XLD bullet. It shot really well. We also went through how to assuage or size the bullets to the barrel. I got some good video of that, and I think it'll be really entertaining to see what these muzzleloaders can do.
Yep.
Just pouring the powder in. I like to do 3 passes with the bullet.
So this is just a lead hand press.
Yep, no lube. It squeezes it down, and then we're just going on top of the right flank so that I can feel that starting easy with my thumb. So we're going to call that good. Yep, that's perfect. All right. $21.89.
So after our first shot, how many times will you shoot before you clean the barrel?
Really with Blackhorn, it's kind of developing a regimen for the gun. Some guys will patch after every shot. Some guys will go 3 or 4. Some will go 10.
Can we take a look at that bullet?
Sure.
So that's no lube size.
Yeah. So this is pre-sized. This is size. You can, I don't know if, how well it'll show in the video, but you can see where the bearing surface there is scuffed a little bit. It's a 452 caliber bullet, and you're just taking it down to 450 and a half, somewhere in that neighborhood. So almost an imperceptible amount. And what's happening is the bullet's riding down on top of the rifling, and then once the charge is ignited, the bullet obturates or swells into the rifling to the 458 caliber. So if we could find a bullet, which there's no chance of finding one today, you'd see the rifling clearly engraved on it after it's fired.
And that's why it's so much more accurate than just using a sabot.
Right.
What does the difference feel like now that it's been fouled with one shot?
It's a little snug, but it's pretty much right where we want it. So good to go. There we go, about a half-inch group at 100 yards, shots 2, 3, 4. So the other thing I really like about these Encore barrels is what we've done with the extractor for the 209 primer. With a factory TC barrel, the only option for pulling the plug is using one of their tip-aside ejectors, and those are pretty flimsy, so if you got a primer that's a little stubborn, it's possible to bend it. This is a full-on, non-compromised ejector, and we were still able to pull the plug by making a cut in front of the lug. It allows the barrel to open slightly further, and then instead of the typical cross pin slot that holds the ejector in place, we use a set screw here. So by removing this set screw, the ejector comes out, and then you can pull your plug without having to break the gun completely apart. Hostage.
Impact. Impact.
Yep. I was gonna say, I thought there was a little wind.
And this is 87 grains of Blackhorn 209, loaded by weight, which is, I guess, the equivalent of 120 grains by volume.
Yeah, 125, I think.
Oh, 125?
Yep, which is the Western Powder's recommended max.
And we've been getting really good velocities today. So this tape is actually a witness line that he put on the rod.
Yeah.
Which is a really good idea, because if it was loaded, we'd be that far sticking out.
It could be up like that. And then you've effectively made a pipe bomb.
Yep.
So,
which is basically the only way to blow up the muzzleloader.
Yeah. So #1 rule of gun safety, I think, is always point the muzzle in a safe direction, treat every gun like it's loaded. But when it comes to muzzle loading, I call this like 1B, is always use a witness mark on your ramrod.
Okay.
If you watch all the exploding barrel videos on YouTube and the internet, you know, the majority of those guys aren't using a witness mark. They're talking to buddies, like we're here at the range, you get talking, oh, what a great shot, oh, you missed, and forget what you're doing, and before you know it, you stack 2 loads on top of each other, and that's how people lose a finger or worse. So always use that witness mark. Yeah.
We optimized our breech plug for the Federal 209A primer, and it is headspace for it the best. They're the most consistent, and they have the best flame consistency as well. And then we also optimized the plug for Blackhorn 209 powder with the flash hole size and the carbide insert and everything like that. So, and as you can see, we're getting really consistent velocities and great accuracy. Put it in, close it. Cock the hammer, you're ready to go.
Yep. Yep.
So what we have here is our 300-yard target and the hostage head that swivels upon impact. This was the first impact, and the ballistic app said 7.8 MOA. I only went 7, so we're a little bit low. And then I don't know which one it was. It was probably the second punch.
That was the second shot.
Yeah. Came back, we did this one, and I didn't do any holdover or anything. And Luke actually came back out and flipped it back around, and so I hit there after I missed over here.
What's the guess? 4.5 inches?
Yeah.
4.2, nice. Roughly. So just a hair over MOA.
And this is Logan's shot, my shot.
Yeah.
So this is the IPSC, standard IPSC size at 500 yards. And we actually dialed a little bit too much. And the first shot was over, about here. And then we dialed down, hit here. And then I was just holding low, plus I dialed down again. And we were hitting center mass. So this was actually first, center mass impact. Second, and then we had a bipod failure, which was this much higher. So then we wanted to see if it would group differently and be consistent without the bipod. So we actually shot this one and then another one here again, just 3 in a row without the bipod.
Yeah. And we have, I guess we should know, ideal conditions today.
Yeah.
Wind will really start to push you around with these bullets at 500 yards, but
yeah,
I don't think there's almost no wind.
There was like one gust one time.
Yeah, so really conducive for shooting good groups.
Yep.
What do they measure out?
Well, let's see. These are what we're gonna look at, about 2 inches.
Yeah, that was both off the bipod.
That's more like 1.5 inches. So we're talking, what's that, like 0.2, 0.3 MOA, 0.4 MOA.
Take the bullet diameter out.
Yeah, well, I was putting down the centers, yeah. Then we got about maybe 3 here, so 0.6 MOA. Yep, right about 3 inches. And how much should we change? Just moving bipod to no bipod, we're over almost 6.5 inches, so full MOA.
Just
shift, just from different.
Just going from bipod, I was actually preloading the bipod to only sitting on a backpack.
Yeah. And that's all recoil management. So that'll be even more pronounced if you go from a lead sled to a bipod to no bipod.
Yeah, just standing or whatever.
Or just standing. You might be looking at 2 or 3 MOA making a change like that. So that's why it's important to practice like you hunt.
Yep. So thank you, Luke, for coming out. And how can we find your stuff, like the bullets and dies, online?
Sure. Well, you can find some of my videos on, if you search Arrowhead Rifles on YouTube. The bullets, the sizing die, the press, the powder vials, those are available for purchase through my website, www.arrowheadrifles.com. And feel free to reach out to me if you have more questions on how to run the sizer.
Great. And if you guys want to see anything else, drop a comment, like the video, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, and let us know what you think. Thank you.